What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. You're watching The Sit Down. I'm DJ Sixsmith. Monty Washington here with us. Tyler Perry's bruh on BET. What's up, man? How are you?
What's up, man? Good. Living a dream, avoiding the lie.
I like that. You got a lot of good things going on, and this show has been a good one for you so far. So what's been the coolest part of the experience so far?
Honestly, just there's a, with all the craziness going on in the world, to first, as an actor, to be a star of a new show, like, it's really hard being an actor. You take a lot of L's over the years. You take a lot of L's. So to be a series regular on the show with the dope cast, like everybody in the cast, it's like family. Everybody's beautiful. And then also for it to be starring 4 Black men in this time and age, you can't find another show. I literally looked up shows that have that same things, 4 Black men. You've seen 4 Sisters before, but you haven't seen 4 Black men. So to be at the forefront of that during this crazy time in the world we live in, all of that is special. It's just it's such a dope cast to be a part of, man. It's exciting.
It's really cool on a number of different levels. And you mentioned the fact that actors take a lot of L's. So where were you when you found out that you got this role, and what has it meant to you so far?
Oh, man, I was, I think I just got out the shower, right? So, because this was before COVID. I'm trying to remember life before COVID. It's hard.
I know, we're all trying to figure that out too at this point.
So, I did the audition. I felt really good about it. I got all the way back, and I remember I just got out the shower. I just got done working out, and I'm chilling, and my manager calls me. And she's like, "You got it." I'm like, "Oh, what?" Because I had a few different auditions. Right. And it was like, "You got the Tyler Perry." I was like, "Say word." Because it was a shock. But at the same time, when we left the audition, the chemistry with the 3 other bros, you just knew. It just felt right. You just felt like, yeah, this is mine. It was just, I auditioned for 8 different Tyler Perry roles before that. I'm 8 weeks in a row. Every Friday, a couple roles for this show, a couple roles for this show, a couple roles, and nothing. And then I finally go to that one. I'm like, it ain't gonna happen, but let's just do it. And yeah, man, it hit. And it was just like, okay, it was go time. And Tyler worked so damn fast. You got to just, it's like you got the role. Less than a month later, you on set filming. It's like, things move crazy fast, man.
What is the coolest part about working with Tyler Perry? Because I've talked to Barry Brewer. I've talked to a lot of people in the Tyler Perry world. He's a special dude. He's very hands-on. He's changed the industry. What stands out to you the most?
Honestly, he's the hardest working man in Hollywood. You can't deny this man's work ethic. And when you work with him, he expects you to work as hard. You got to step your game up. And anybody who has a certain level of standard, a level of excellence, and belief in themselves, he's looking like, hey, I'm writing all these shows, I'm directing, I'm doing all this stuff. The least you can do as an actor is to show up, know your stuff, come to have fun, come to play. And you see that on set. And if you're not prepared for it, it can be intimidating. You know what I mean? It could be very oh man, this is intense. No, it's just, you come to work, but you also get to play in the process of that. So just seeing how he works and what he's created over the years, just makes you want to dream a bigger dream, to be honest.
You mentioned before that there's now another show on TV with 4 Black men as the stars. And that's really significant because, no lies, Black men have not been portrayed in the way that they needed to be on television. So what does it mean to you and the rest of the crew to redefine that in today's world?
Man, it's needed. It's needed. I had a heavy heart this morning dealing with the Breonna Taylor's decision or indecision. And just being Black, I got my shirt on today just to let people know, I'm holding it down. There's such a weight. It's this thing called double consciousness. And when you're Black in America in particular, you go around with this double consciousness. You know your Blackness, you're aware of it, but then you know how that is viewed on the outside and how you operate and navigate that. And it's no different from the entertainment industry. You see, it's very polarizing. To have a show with 4 Black men that are normal people and not the crazy hyper masculine thug or the super nice guy or the down on his luck or a slave, all these other archetypes and stereotypes you normally see portrayed of Black men. It's dope to just be like, hey, this is me. This is us in our normal environment. We're not extreme one way or another. We're normal people. That's everything. And especially right now, as many positive images we can see of Black people and Black men, it's needed. because there's so many negatives that you see. And I feel incredibly blessed and lucky to be a part of that and to get to tell this story.
No, it's really huge. And, you know, along the same lines, reading up on your story, like I know you grew up in foster care. That's another world where people are painted a certain way. And you've been so open and honest with your journey. So what does it mean to you to show people, hey, like this is where I came from, but you can be whoever you want to be regardless of what happens early on?
Man, that's so important. When I go, I do motivational speaking, and I always tell people my story of growing up with a mother who was addicted to drugs, and I slept in crack houses. I slept in parks. I was hospitalized by one foster mother because I was beaten. I was locked in a room for 23 hours a day by another foster mother, and it went into depression, and I was suicidal. I had to get therapy. And despite all of this, you know, I came out on the other end with a lot of work, a lot of therapy, a lot of help along the way. And when I tell this story, I always ask people, based off the way I look and based off the way I carry myself now, would you have thought those things have happened? And they say no. And I always say, because we don't look like our story. And that's what I want people to understand. You don't look like your story. We think that our experiences and stories form who we can become. And I always challenge that, because if my experiences form me, how could such negative experiences form a positive individual? Your experiences don't form you, they inform you. Everything, let's just take it right now on COVID, all the uncertainty, all the scariness, all the political, all this stuff, it's information. And what you do with that information, how you handle it, the perspective you come out on the other end is going to determine who you become, not just because of the event. So we don't look like our story because we're greater than our story, and our stories don't form us, they inform us. And it's all about what you do with that information. And to have a kid from the streets, to be starring in 3 different shows, to be making a living off his art and his craft, even during COVID, I hope it inspires people, because I'm not special. I'm not special. I just bust my butt. I stay consistent. I treat people right. And I just dedicate myself to my craft and my work. And anybody can do it. It's not special. You just got to be patient enough. It's taken me 9 years to get to where I'm at in my career. A lot of L's. Like, yeah, it's been a long journey, but it's worth it.
Yeah, and like you said, life is a journey, whether it's the acting thing, personally, even just talking about your mental health, therapy, like that really helps people, because these aren't conversations we were having a couple of years ago, Monty. You realize that too.
Oh, man. Look, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It really wasn't. It was so taboo, and I'm so glad, especially with men. You know, we live in we're starting to go into a non-binary society, and I love that. But I do identify as a heterosexual, cisgendered Black male, and I am a masculine male, and I am an alpha male, and I represent that, and I hold that. And I like the fact that we can talk about mental health and the vulnerability and still maintaining I'm a man's man. But it's all right to cry. It's all right to get help. It's all right to seek help. I'm glad we're having those conversations, and they're starting to be normalized.
And it also helps when you can watch shows like this on TV. So, Monty, really appreciate it, man. Best luck with everything. We'll talk to you down the road.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Y'all just look out. BET Plus, Tyler Perry, bruh. Hey.